Hello everybody and welcome back to a IvD Yogi Time number 42 tournament. I'm your host IvD HK Rob, and with me is not only IvD Warbio, but we also are going to have the organizer of the IvD team, IvD Yogi Time, here in call and in game with us. What's up, Yogi?
How's it going? There's been some great games this evening. Been watching them, watching these people go by. Going to see if Killer is going to be able to take out qbBy, or if qbBy is going to be pushing on. It's going to be an exciting game here.
Alright, and let's get into this CVT on this map. This is actually a really good map for Terran, but it's also fairly good for Zerg if it's played right. So let me go ahead and introduce our players. Spawning in the bottom left as our green Terran, he has played some amazing games, he has taken out some amazing players, and he is a baller. He is the green Terran Killer. And his opponent in the top right, who has also been a very formidable opponent throughout the entire tournament, and in every other tournament that we have seen him play in, he is the Teal Zerg qbBy.
Yeah, man, this is gonna be amazing. I wonder if you're gonna see some early expansions, as we have seen in the last couple of games we watched. This seems to be the main theme of this tournament.
Definitely does. But let's see what let's see what's gonna happen out of these players, because there's a lot of things that you can do in a ZVT, and there's a lot of things that you can do in a TVZ. In fact, I believe from the Terran side it's less limited than from the Zerg side, as there's so many ways that Terran can just do things, I guess. I don't know how to put that.
Yeah, man. Terran can do things and Zerg cannot.
No, Zerg can do things. I'm not saying Zerg can't do things, but there's not a whole lot in the meta right now for Zerg versus Terran.
Oh,
it's all been pretty standard.
And qbBy knows exactly what it's like to win one of these tournaments, as he won last night's tournament. So he is spending some of our cash right now. Well, not this moment, but he could be.
You never know.
He could have a second monitor up right now.
He's on eBay while he's playing. Oh my god. And he's like talking to somebody like, what do you think about this? I don't know. I think... Do you think this handbag would look good for me? It's like Zerg. By the way, yes guys, there is an Amazon handbag actually. There's a handbag on Amazon that's a Zerg handbag. It's really cool looking.
It's not really a handbag. It's actually a laptop carrying case. It's really sweet.
Oh.
That's what it is. That's exactly what it is, isn't it? It looks like an expansion going to go down pretty early here for Killer. This is something that we've seen very often in ZVT, not ZVT, but TVZ, I'm sorry. This is something that we've seen very often in this matchup. But, I mean, the thing is like Marcus said, this is seen very often, and Zerg are learning how to deal with it. So let's see what Killer does off of this. We have seen him go, or I think it was Killer that did it, against a Zerg earlier, and the Zerg tried to deal with it, but Killer, with some really good micro, is able to pull it off.
Yeah, absolutely. And we see a bunker, defensive bunker come up from Killer. Still not taking his gases though, so it seems like he's gonna stay in one racks for a while.
He might indeed stay on one racks for a while. He is getting that bunker up. He is getting Marines out here. Meanwhile, qbBy not quite scouting out that natural yet. So he's not completely sure of what his opponent's doing. He has not even scouted the gases, so it's hard to say. But the two gases are going down here for Killer now, so we might see Banshee play out of this. We might see Blue Flame Hellion. We might see both, as two Lings are going to make their way across the map from qbBy, grabbing map control and trying to get that scout.
Yeah, and the scout is crucial. He needs to see what's going on. Because right now, all he knows is... I mean, he doesn't know anything. He knows it's a barracks up, but this can be anything from a 7 racks, 1 base all in to an expansion.
Ooh, and a 7 racks, 1 base all in would be so scary right now. qbBy, with lack of information, needs to do something, and he is going to run these links up, and he is going to see that natural. So he knows exactly what to expect out of this Terran. He knows that it's safe to take his third, and he knows that it's safe to start macroing.
Yeah, absolutely. And we see a roach warring here coming up from qbBy, so he might want to be aggressive here. He's mining his gas and everything.
Oh, and we have 6 roaches on the way. That could be pretty deadly, as there are no marauders out. There's a reactor going down on this barracks, and a factory, which you know is going to be switched out. Hellions do not fare well against roaches, and there's only Marines other than them. This
Oh.
is definitely going to be a very powerful push out of qbBy.
And he's skipping his starport. He's gonna go for probably blue flame here. Normally when you see this play, you usually get the starport just against a few bunch out to deal with this kind of play. But skipping it going straight for blue flame, I don't know if he can defend this, man.
I don't know if he can either. Supply depot going down. He's trying to get that wall started up before it's too late. Roach is making their way across the map. I'm pretty sure there was an SCV that scouted that out, so he does know about this attack coming, but it might be a little too late as he's already got the expansion there. He's only got the Marines. He's already got the factories up and the Hellions being produced.
He did make a really good reaction. He dropped that barracks right back down using the reactor because he needs to get more Marines out immediately because he knows he doesn't have time for the flip over.
Oh, and nice Roach split here. He's going to do some damage here. qbBy looking very good on this pressure. He has done a little bit of damage. He has lost one Roach, but one Roach... Oh, wait, no, 3 Roaches now.
Wow.
As this is actually going to be held quite well by Killer.
Yeah, Killer's doing an amazing job here, pulling all the civilians to repair the bunker. And as Yogi pointed out, not switching away to make Hellions, he's still keeping off making the Marines. A nice defense there, almost losing nothing at all.
Very nice defense here. He did only lose 5 workers to something that really could have done a lot more damage. That is very hard to do, ladies and gentlemen. This is just how well these players have been playing throughout this entire tournament, as we have a Hellion making its way across the map, and it's going to get a scout out on what he's dealing with.
Yeah, absolutely. And qbBy is now stuck in 2 base, getting a Spire out there, mining off all 4 gases, so he's gonna get a decent amount of mutas out, but you don't really want to stay on equal base with the Terran for too long.
No, you definitely don't.
We do see Killer averaging about 100 more minerals of income and about 30 more gas. Even though he has 6 less collectors, the mules are really keeping him just a little bit ahead on income here.
Those mules are actually really, really useful and really important for Terran, especially in this matchup where the worker count can change so drastically and so fast. The Zerg can be behind by 12 or 4 workers and quickly catch up in no problems at all. Now we do have Hellions making their way across the map. Now they're probably not going to be able to put much pressure. We have 4 spine crawlers and a queen up here to defend this. They're not going to be able to do much at all, but it's that delaying of the 3rd base that is very important here. These Hellions do so well at delaying that 3rd base that it's going to force qbBy on 2 base here until he can get Muta out.
Yeah, absolutely. I wonder what Killer's going to do here. He looks like he's getting up for an attack, getting a lot of siege count and a lot of Hellions, and also adding a few 4s. So I wouldn't be surprised if we see some aggressive timing push coming out any moment now.
Oh, and we do have the Mutas flying into Killer's base, and they're going to go right after that tech lab that is researching Blue Flame. That research needs to be canceled before it's too late, and it is going on. It is not canceled. That is a waste of resources, as there is a Thor on the way, but it's not made yet. It's not out yet. The Marines are coming out. Now one Thor comes out, and it is going to chase off those Mutas, but those Mutas doing a lot of damage and not losing a single one.
Yeah, and looks like Killer is gonna add up another base while moving around with his Hellions, trying to deny qbBy's base. But Killer is playing so well right now. He's getting force out there with the mutilates, he's getting a lot of tanks, getting his Hellions out to get off an attack. And it's up to qbBy.
I'm sorry, go ahead.
Oh yeah, I was gonna say it's up to qbBy to catch up.
It is indeed up to qbBy to catch up, and in that chaos, he was able to grab his 3rd here, but Roach is on the way here for qbBy, and a macro hatch going down with +1, or not +1, actually 1/1 coming out here for the Roaches and glands, pathogen glands. So we're going to see Infestor Roach play as Hellion, Tank, and Thor start getting in position here for Killer.
Killer did lose a little bit of Thor production time with those 2 tech labs being lost, but he is just, he has had the worker lead has just now started to even up, as he has had the worker supply lead the entire game.
Yeah, and that's actually huge.
That is very
And that does
indeed
not
huge.
even include the Thors, you know. So, I mean, the mules. So, you know, add those in, and that is just making an amazing financial difference.
I don't know, I really like that idea. It does not even include the Thors, because I think Thors should mine. Thors
Yeah,
should be able to mine, man.
they give it go the whole minute path and you turn it in.
They should just shoot it once, man. It falls apart and they pick up the pieces.
Yeah,
It looks
man.
like this
And
army
qbBy
making its
is
way.
supply block too. That's the last thing he needed right now.
Definitely the last thing he needed. I know, what was that one thing I told you, Marcus? It was, why do supply blocks come at the time you definitely don't need them? And these siege tanks, these Hellions gonna get in position. This is a really bad position here for qb. All he has are roaches and mutas. The mutas can't be used because the Thors and the Hellions are going to be able to get in there if he's not careful. The siege tank's going to take out any kind of roach pressure. qb in a lot of danger here. What is he going to do? He has the infestor pit, the infestation pit, and he does have the pathogen glands, and he's not making any infestors to deal with this. This is what he needs to do. Hellions inside the third are going to kill a lot of drones. They're going to get cleaned up, but not before killing 19 drones. No, 21 drones this entire game. No, actually, I'm sorry. That was for qb. That was only 4 workers that were killed. qb, with some roach run by, is going to do a lot of damage here at the third. He's going to cut off reinforcements and kill a lot of SCVs.
Oh, wow.
But this position here for Killer is just so huge, as those roaches are going to be cleaned up just fine.
Yeah, and these tanks are probably gonna push in more and more slower. But here we go. A huge
the
attack
roaches
coming in from
coming in.
qbBy.
This might be enough to bust this line. The Thors doing their best. They do take out the Muta, but there's just so many roaches here. Can he defend this? qb is so close here. There might be enough Thors here to deal with this, and siege tanks coming in now. 2 Thors are going to fall. No, 1 Thor is only going to fall. Now Killer in a really good position. No roaches here for qb, and now Killer can just progress up further and further and further into the space of qb's, as siege tanks are now sieged. 2 spine crawlers going to go down here. Roach is going to do a run by all the way across the map here, but this is going to be seen, and how is Killer going to react to this, because this is all of qb's army.
Yeah, it looks like it doesn't really react at all. Now starting to pull it back some of the reinforcements. But I don't know if Thors can do any damage really. They might kill off this third base, but at what cost?
I don't know, because it looks like both players going to trade third bases here, as the third base for qbBy is going to fall, and this is a very good position by Killer. These roaches need to do a lot of damage, and they need to not be stopped, as a siege tank and a Thor and 4 Hellions are waiting on top of that ramp for them. They cannot push up into the natural, and this position by Killer is looking really menacing right now, as qb needs to do something. Infestors are out. They need to do something. They are going to burrow, and infested Terran are going to come out, but is it going to be enough? Oh, the splash damage from the tanks.
Oh, wow.
Actually killing 1 infestors. The infestors do get behind the tank line. They need to pop up, and there go the infested Terran all over the siege tanks. It might be enough. The roaches coming in. The siege tanks are going to fall. One of the Thors falls. The siege tanks are gone. The Thors are gone, and this is cleaned up perfectly by qbBy.
Oh wow. Yeah, but at the cost, he lost his third base. He lost most of his workers. And Killer now has his third up once again, and he is looking really strong here.
He is looking very strong indeed. Killer not losing as much as qbBy there, but the roaches are in the middle of the map, the infestors are in the middle of the map, and the Hellions are going to run right into it. He lost a lot of Hellions there for absolutely nothing. The siege tank's going to siege in position. The infestor is gone, and that is absolutely huge. qbBy needed that infestor more than anything. Now he needs to remake infestors, and infestors are not cheap at all.
No, especially when you're 2 base. Getting mined out in the main, then it's really hard to lose those infestors, man.
It really does, as more reinforcements coming across the map from Killer. Killer moving that barracks over the Xel'Naga tower, trying to get vision of what he can, but the roaches are burrowed, and he only sees 1 roach, and the Hellions move in, and the Thors move in, and the roaches are going to get a perfect position if he is not careful here, as the siege tanks are right here. Are they going to siege? He cannot siege these, because that's only going to cause him problems. The roaches burrowed right there. I don't think I don't think Killer knows about it, but 2 Infestors are making their way around, and it looks like there's going to be Infested Terran dropped somewhere. Is it going to be in the natural, or is it going to be in the third? Who knows? It's probably going to be in the third as the Infestors are moving up there, and there go the Infested Terran.
It's gonna be seen though.
Oh, it is going to be a scene. Great reaction here out of Killer. He needs to kill off these Infested Terran as now the Infestors are moved their way into the natural, and they're going to be in position to do the same thing again.
Yeah, and a lot of work is fell to this. And qbBy actually going to take the supply lead now for once in this game.
qbBy in a very, very good position. He is killed 58 workers this game. He is ahead 1 worker, which isn't a whole lot, but you know, right now, Infested Terran, this engagement, Infested Terran going down on the army, the roaches coming from behind. This is going to be sandwiched, and this is going to be cleaned up so well. Such good positioning here by qbBy is going to allow him to clean this up with a lot of roaches left. He's going to push right to the base. He might go all the way. And yes, I had to make that reference as all of these roaches are moving in. The siege tanks are not sieged yet. Roaches in position. One of the siege tanks is going to fall. But oh my god, such a good move here by qbBy. More roaches being streamed across the map. Even more roaches behind those roaches, and in production we have even more roaches as these roaches are going to move into the natural, killing a lot of SCVs as they are going to be pooled to try and deal with this, but the army's gone, the natural is exposed, and there's the GG by Killer.
Oh wow, man, that was a really close game. I thought Killer had a game for so long, but qbBy doing the amazing thing, come back and actually win.
Killer with some amazing engagements, just dominating that game with those engagements, falling behind and catching back up. That is what you would expect from a very good player like qbBy. But Killer, as far as he has made it, he is not that bad of a player, guys. He made it this far. He took out so many players. He just wasn't able to take out qbBy, who is going to make his way to the next round. Now, don't go anywhere, as we will have another game ready for you in a moment. Check out ivdyoyitime.com/streams, and make sure to click on those green words, those green letters, because that is how we pay for these tournaments.